Hello. I think my most favorite thing would probably be my grandfather's chaplain helmet. It's the that one right there. Um he that was from Korea during the Korean War. Um so what a chaplain would do is it's I guess so when somebody would die they would be or before a battle or something they'd be the ones they're like the company priest. So they would give the prayers and all that. Uh that's hard to say. Um, because to a lot of people, um, different things can have different values. I'm not quite sure because a lot of this stuff I got from either family members uh or antique stores. Uh a lot of this stuff I haven't seen any other places like that bullet looking thing down there. I still haven't figured out what it is 100%, but it has date on it 1943. Um, I'm pretty sure it's some type of an adapter, for blank firing, but I'm not sure. Um, but I think think I think to me the most expensive thing would be maybe um I honestly don't know. I'm doing good. How are you? I think today I'm just gonna go through different items that I got since I started collecting, and then I guess anything else. So I think the most recent thing that I got, most recent thing that I got was my favorite food, hardtack. It's a Civil War food. It's um like a cooked. It's water, salt, and flour, and it's just like a little biscuit. Hello. Oh, thank you. So I think most recent thing I got in my collection, um, is this belt. I'm not sure if it's World War I or World War II, but it's uh Swedish ammunition belt. It's all leather. Um, it's got really big pockets. Only five though. That one's but so that the Swedish use the same, I believe, the same model, uh, throughout the entire war. Or I mean throughout World War I and World War II. So I have to look a little more into it. Uh, is it Shrumpy? Oh, yeah, yeah, it is Swedish. I guess I'll show the gas mask. Okay, so this is a World War II U.S. uh Navy gas mask. Um, it opens with the two latches like that. It's quite standard amongst U.S. gear in World War II. Uh, there's so this would obviously this part would go on your face, and then this would wrap around your neck and go and sit behind your neck. Then you would pull these straps across your head. I believe you put this here to keep it all together. But yeah. I'll show some uniforms now. Goodbye. Thank you for coming to watch. Um, what I have here is World War One Navy uniform. Uh, it's got the back thing here. I'm missing um the necktie, which is black. It just comes down here. But I have the pants that go with it. Um, it's all wool, really big. Uh, I guess bell bottoms. And I have the hat as well down there. Yeah, hold on. This is a hat. Um, that's a shallow hat, just kind of sits on top of your head. So this is from the U.S. USS Connecticut. This is my great grandfather's. My rarest is kind of hard to say. Um, Not completely sure. Uh, there's a lot of things that I have that I haven't really seen anywhere else, I guess. Um, like I have a mortar crate down there. That was used for illumination mortars. Or like my Swedish ammunition belt. Or my Czechoslovakian bayonet. That's all stuff that I haven't really seen anywhere else. There's one thing that I have trouble researching. Um, it's that giant bullet looking thing. I think it's some kind of adapter for blank firing, uh, or for practice rounds. But all I know is it has a date on it and some other markings. But I've looked for it a lot and I can't really find it anywhere. So, oh, that I have no idea. Um, I guess I'd have to count sometime. I guess a lot. I just have a large variety of stuff, from like uniforms to letters and newspapers and things like that. So, um, it would, I don't know, uh, maybe 40 to 50. Hello, Austin. Yeah, I don't know, cause I've got a lot of small things too, like pennies and um, pins, patches, things like that. Um, so yeah, I'm not sure. No, I'm not gonna show my face. Um, I'll show my uh because I don't have to if I don't want to. Yeah, privacy. Um, anyways, uh, um, I'll do my bayonets. So this bayonet is it's a Mark IV number two bayonet, British bayonet. So this would go on the British Lee Enfield. It's a spike. It's called a spike bayonet. Um, for obvious reasons, because it's got zero blade on it. It's just like a giant spike. Uh, it kind of resembles um like the bayonets around like Civil War and Revolutionary War. Um, except it's not triangular. Um, this I believe was mainly used by British paratroopers because it's short. It's just a little longer than my hand. Um, so like when you're landing, it's easy to maneuver with. And then this is a World War II Czechoslovakian bayonet. This one would go on the German Kar 98K, I believe. Um, on there, it's got the marking TGF. Um, so this one's more like your traditional World War II bayonet because it's got the blade and the loop for the muzzle. Um, but yeah, yeah. So this one, I think, is from 1943. The other one, I don't think I found a date on it. Uh, I guess it's not really quite items, but more items. Or I guess it's not quite just an item, more like I guess a grouping of items. Trying to complete my just like standard infantry uniform for the U.S. Uh, I really don't have a lot for it, but I'm hoping to at least get most of it this summer, maybe. So I'm trying to get a new helmet and pants and shoes. I have the belt and the canteen and suspenders. Also need the jacket and some just like I guess other equipment like smaller things like utensils and things like that. Um, so far I just have this, which is just like the standard. I think it's the M37. Um, wool shirt. It's like what a lot of soldiers use, and then I have my helmet there. Which is that's the bad one. Um, and then uh, canteen. There's my canteen. The canteen cover is a reproduction. But the actual canteen and canteen cup is authentic. Um, see, 1944. Um, so, and then I have my gaiters down there. So those would go around the boots. So instead of using a bunch of leather to make high boots to keep out leaves and dirt and sticks and stuff like that, they would make those out of canvas, so a lot cheaper. Um, which pretty much do the same thing, just it's not all one item. They're a real pain to put on and to take off. You gotta loop all of these, then tighten it, and then hook all of them on. Oh, hi. I just realized that I never answered your question from earlier. What's my smallest item? Um, so over here is where I keep most of my small things. Um, I think my smallest is this. This is a ruptured duck pin. So, um, when you're injured and honorably discharged, you'll get. I'm not sure if you get both a pin and a patch, but I've seen a lot of patches. It's typically like a diamond with the same symbol in it. Um, and uh, so like when you're injured, you can get that, and then that just means that you're discharged because there's not there's also getting discharged um not honorably, which means maybe you did something illegal in the army or military, and or you're deserting or something like that, and now you're kicked out for doing this, and that's seen as really bad. So that might give you troubles getting a job, things like that. But a lot of people see you as something awesome when you're honorably discharged. My biggest item, I think it's my. I'm not gonna get it out right now because it's pretty big, but it's that crate. That's a World War II um mortar crate. So that held I think 8 mortars, um, or mortar shells. Those were the illuminate ones. so they'd act like flares and light up the sky when launched. Um, so there's not a bunch of huge things, but actually, no, I think my biggest thing is that picture there. Um, that was I think my great great uncle's. Um, that was his. Uh, I forget what it's called. But pretty much when when he joined in World War I, it was like a certificate of war or something like that. I think. Um, so it's got a picture of him and his division and his signature and everything, which I think is pretty cool. Since I think my favorite era. Um, well, originally it was World War II, but I'm starting to get more into the Civil War. So I'm trying to look for a Civil War uniform right now. Um, because I'm gonna start Civil War enacting soon. Uh, I don't really know. I like them all. They're all really interesting, and they all have their different things. Um, because like in every war, pretty much, all the uniforms were different from World War I to World War II, or Revolutionary War to the Civil War, War of 1812 to the Civil War. Um, so I liked it, and each thing is different. So, but currently, right now, most of my stuff is made up of World War II things. I do have quite a few other World War I things, like the Navy uniform and the World War I garrison cap I have down there next to the Gators by the canteen. Um, so I guess it's not really like from a war, but this is an 1800s gentleman pocket pistol. Um, this is a replica, but it's non-firing, but it just gives a little bit of a model of some of the firearms back then. So this would have been carried by just like a normal civilian, um, and you could keep it at half cock. No, this is non-firing. This is just a reproduction version. This can't fire at all. Um, but this is just a representation. And then this would lock it back, so when you put it in your pocket, it can't fire. Um, so I like to show it off, I guess. The earliest period I've collected from, probably, I guess Revolutionary War. That canteen. I'm pretty sure that's authentic British canteen, but I'm not sure. I don't really know how to check that. But it looks like all the soldering's right, so I don't know. I've been collecting for um I think 2 years now. Um so uh I've a lot some of this stuff, maybe like one third of this stuff I've gotten from family members. Then like the other 2/3 I've bought from like uh other places like antique stores, and sometimes when I go to World War II events, there'll be vendors there. I have 4 helmets. Um no, sorry, 5 helmets. Uh, and 3 of them are real, and the other 2 are reproductions. So this helmet is a reproduction German helmet. Um, I believe the reproduction SS helmet, but it was all scratched off. Um, Typically the helmets, actually, I think the SS helmets were black, but the normal German helmet is like a dark gray. They would call it field gray. Um, this helmet is my this is my World War II reproduction helmet. It's supposed to be the M1 helmet. There's like a really bad version that you can get on Amazon, so that's why I'm looking for um, an authentic one or a better reproduction. This oh, there goes rations. Um, this is a authentic East German helmet. So there is East and West Germany, and this was a border guard helmet. Um, it's really, really goofy and large, and I don't see how it would be comfortable. But this one's authentic. So that's from like I think like 1960s to I think I think it was 1998 that the wall fell. Um, then this is a World War II civilian defense unit helmet. Uh, so this would be worn by just normal civilians in normal towns in America. So they would have different jobs. All the markings on this were all scratched off. I think it was there. You can kind of make out like a triangle or something with a red. But those markings would indicate what job they would do. So there was people who would maybe clean up after a bombing or go around and talk to people door to door about how to keep safe during a bombing or things like that. Of course, there were no bombings besides, well, actually, Hawaii wasn't a state then, but there was no bombings in America during World War II, so they weren't really needed. I don't know what that one was for, since they all had um they all had the same type of helmet, just like the markings indicated differently. So I don't know what that one could have been, but and then the last helmet down there is my great grandfather's U.S. chaplain helmet. So that'd be used for so it would be like the priest of a company or unit or something like that. So when somebody would die, they would say the prayers or before battle or something. Um, it, I don't know if you can see it from here, but there's a little cross on it.
Uh, might end. I'll probably end it soon. I might do one tomorrow if I have time. Um, I don't know though. No, I kind of just do them at random. I like to see how many people can find my live without me telling them to get onto my live. But yeah, I should probably do some sort of schedule, especially with marching band coming up. Oh, definitely history. Um, I think I'm planning to do that as my job or career when I'm older. So I feel like pursuing it is more important than pursuing music, but I still do love music a lot. I do have a harmonica up there from um I think it's 1942. As a German one, so I guess it kind of combines the two. So I keep that around because a lot of times in World War II, soldiers would have obviously play music uh, as morale, and I guess harmonic would be a good way to do so since it's small. So when I go to if I when I start doing reenactments, I'll probably start bringing that around and learning how to play different songs on it. What do you mean? A musical reenactor? Like a drummer? Oh, I was thinking, I think for sometimes I probably will, like for Fort McHenry. Uh, and then probably when I first start Civil War reenacting, since I'm too young to use muskets, um, uh, I'll probably start as a drummer, and then I mean I'll probably go back to it, but I think I'll start when I turn 16. I'm able to start firing, and I'll probably then join some World War II reenacting and as a soldier, and I'll do Civil War reenacting also as a soldier. So I don't know. Probably like 2 years, maybe a year and a half. I don't know. Probably since I got into history. But at first, I didn't really know much about anything, so I didn't really even know that historian was a job that I could go for. So, all right. Well, I should probably get off now. Like I said, I'll probably be back tomorrow. Um, so alrighty. Goodbye.